Hello, my name's Ken, playing my Xaphoon, and that was a lick using the upper register. A lot of new Xaphoonists want to know how do they play in the upper register, because there are no keys on the Xaphoon. There's no upper register key like a saxophone or clarinet has, which enables you to simply play the high notes by pressing the key, and that's enough to trigger the higher overtone or vibration state of the reed. The Xaphoon I will demonstrate because it's much easier to show than to explain. So we'll play the lowest note on the Xaphoon, the C, with all the notes covered. And what I'm going to do is gradually bring the Xaphoon, the bell of the Xaphoon, closer to my body. And watch. See what happens? It's hard not to go into the upper register if you just do that. It did take me a couple weeks before I was able to master that and get up there. But there's another way you can get to the upper register, just by using the fingering for the that's shown on the fingering chart. You just, as you're playing, lift up the first index finger there. So if we play, note, once you get up there, putting your finger back down doesn't drop you down to the lower register. You've triggered that vibrational state, and it's, it doesn't come right back down from covering. Similar thing with if you use the D fingering on one hole uncovered. Lifting this finger also will get you to jump up there. Each higher note does take a little bit more pressure, a little more energy, and it's not that hard to get into the upper register, but it is a little hard to control it. You keep your tones, keep it nice long tones, and in tune. That's why it's better. You need to not rely on changing your embouchure, pulling it toward you, because I'll show you the difference. Tone is different. It's flat. It tends to be flat. So if you're playing the upper register G, you'll notice that the tone will drop as you pull it toward you. Another thing that's going on with the upper register, your lip is normally around here, and if you take in a little bit more, it tends to allow the reed to vibrate at the higher frequency. So also, if I'm playing and just push the Xaphoon further into my mouth, that will also trigger the upper register. So that's really flat, though. That should be a G. It was an F. So you really need, with the Xaphoon, to keep your embouchure as saying the same as you can across the entire range of the instrument if you want to stay in tune, which is very important with the Xaphoon. It's an instrument noted for its ability to play off key, which is both good and bad. You need to know what you're doing when you're playing. So that's the Xaphoon. Now, a lot of people also get similar instruments. This is a little sax, and it also has an upper register. It's got a different type of mouthpiece, and you need a different embouchure with this. And personally, I have trouble playing this in the low register. It just wants to squeal on me. I'm not real fond of this instrument. I got it out of curiosity. So There we go, right away. It's got a couple of overtones, not just one. Because it's got more length, it gives it more possibilities to resonate. And I'm not going to go into all the notes with this, but it is harder to control the upper register on this instrument. And fingering charts mainly just show the lower register that I've seen. But if you have one of these, you can do a lot with it. It's just a different technique than the Xaphoon, and takes practice like anything. Going back to the Xaphoon, I'm going to demonstrate the full range, assuming everything is right. We'll get all the way up to high F. So the notes from G up to C aren't all that hard. That's the normal upper register. And unlike the clarinet or saxophone, once you're in the upper register, your notes are going, if you just lift one finger at a time, you're going up chromatically. G, well, first the A is a whole step, but then it goes by half steps. So G, A, B flat, B, C. That's the officially recognized range of the Xaphoon. But we push things to the limit. We can go a little further, and I'll see how far I can get. So the first one would be the C sharp, which is you just put down two fingers and lift up that one. That's a C sharp. So okay, I got to high E. We'll stop there. Trust me, there is a high F. It's very tough. One other thing I want to show about the upper register, though. You know, the fingering for the G is with this, it's optional. Once you're up there, you know, it stays, you'll stay in the upper register while you're playing in the upper register. The first few notes, you can leave this first hole uncovered. So you can play. But when you try to get to the C, you better make sure this is down, because it's very difficult to maintain the upper register the further up you get. So generally they just show it. You keep the first hole uncovered on the G, maybe the A, and once you're playing up there, just keep it down for the most part, and you'll feel it out. You've got to learn the feeling of that higher vibration, and once you do that, you'll be an upper register wizard. Thanks a lot.